Let's talk about it. What's going on this Thirsty Thursday? Happy Thursday, right? Life is happening around us. Hope everybody's good. Hope everybody's okay. Getting through this. If you're stuck at home, hang in there. Hang in there. Work on yourself. Work on some things you need to work on. We can always work on ourselves, right? I really wanted to jump on here today and share this information. I was listening to a video today, and I'm gonna read the statement that stood out for me, and I'm gonna expand on that. If you drive down the street with everybody else, you're gonna end up just like everybody else, right? So for me, when I hear that, I see all around me. I see relationships ending. I see relationships beginning, and I see myself in certain situations. And so for me, I want to be that voice that I needed in those moments in that time. And when I was out of the situation, that's what I'm gonna call it. When I was out of the situation, I kept hanging around the same circle. I kept riding down the same street, right? And when you ride down that same street, you're gonna constantly run into the situation, right? And when you do that, it just, your emotions out of a situation, your emotions are so fresh and so fragile, and it's just certain things you shouldn't do. And that's one of the things I realized that I had to stop doing. And so if you're in a situation like this, like that, I would advise you to just take some time to work on yourself and take yourself out of the scene. Like, it's other places you can go if you must go someplace. Other places you can go, you really can't go nowhere now, which is a good thing. So use this time to work on yourself. They have videos on here on YouTube. You can definitely watch my videos. I have a plethora of videos on here talking about relationships, because I had my share of good and bad ones, mostly bad. So I definitely can share my thoughts and my opinions. That's all it is. I'm not a therapist or psychologist, not yet. So I definitely can share my thoughts and my opinions about, how I dealt with the situation, what worked for me and what didn't work for me. And what didn't work for me was kept running down that same street. When I kept running down that same street, I kept running to the same situation, right? You got to take yourself out of that. You got to work on yourself, spend time with your family, your friends, your kids. Do that. Because when you keep putting yourself in a situation, now it's a bunch of emotions and feelings and attitudes, and it's a whole bunch of stuff that could be avoided if you just take yourself out of that and just chill somewhere else, chill at the house, find something productive to do. Because a lot of times when you're hurting, and it's stages, when you fresh out of a relationship, it's stages that you go through. It's like the death of the relationship, and you go through 5 stages of grief. I wish I had him here just now, but it came to my mind once I started talking. I mean, you go from, you be bitter, angry, then you start bargaining, and I forgot the other one. But anyway, you go through these stages, right? I went through the angry stage. I went through the bitter stage. I went through the bargaining stage. I went through all of those stages. Excuse me. And when I got to the last stage, I just, what? Those places I can't go no more. Those things I can't do no more. And the same people that we all hang out, we all circle around, I can't do that no more, right? Once I took myself out of that situation, out of that driving down that dead end street, I started working on myself, right? And I started noticing things about me. And so when I see other people that are in similar situations that I was in, I know what it's like. I understand it. Believe it or not, I understand it. I do. I get it. So I'm telling you, you can't do that in order to heal. You will never heal, right? You will be confused. You'll just be upset. you'll have every emotion there is. That's what you're going to be, right? And what I find is, you have got to take yourself out of that. You got to. And you got to do it for you. People might not understand it, but it's not for them to understand. In order for your healing process to begin, you got to change what you have been doing, right? You got to change that. You got to really, really work on yourself, and you can't do that constantly being around the person that, got you right there where you at. You got an ugly space right now. You got an ugly place right now. Excuse me. And I would advise to take this time to, work on yourself. Work on yourself, because a lot of times you can't find him or her because you following the crowd, right? And also you can't find him or her because you have not done the self work on you, right? And so what that looks like is you going to relationship after relationship after relationship, and nothing is working because you haven't got your stuff together. You haven't done the work on you. And when you don't do the work on you, it shows, right? It shows in your decisions, right? It shows in the people that you bring into your life. And it's so important to do that work, that self-work, because if you don't know where you're going, you don't know who should go with you. If you don't know where you're going, you're not going to know who should go with you. It's so important to work on yourself. And when I say that, it means so much, because these are things that I wish I had known, but I didn't. So I had to break my own heart. I had to put myself through all kinds of stuff. And I did that, by kept putting myself out there like that, trying to do the same, thinking that was going to help me feel better, which all it did was make me feel worse. You think, doing hanging out with your friends and club hopping, bar hopping, doing that stuff, you're not working on yourself. You're just numbing yourself, right? And you can only numb yourself for so long, and then starts back over again, right? So you got to take this time to work on yourself. It's so important. Like, people trying to get back, trying to make you jealous and all that. Just stop wasting your time. Just stop it. But you're gonna make yourself sick, right? You're gonna make yourself sick. You're gonna look crazy. So just stop it. Just stop it, because if you really love that person, like, give them space, give them time, and if it's meant to be, maybe y'all work your way back to each other, or maybe not. But you truly see how a person is after the relationship is over. And in actuality, the signs are all there. We just overlook them, right? We just forgive and sweep it under the rug until it's this big bear up under the rug, right? And we can't sweep no more. We gotta pull that rug back and expose the bear. Here's the bear, So that's my little analogy of it. But I wanted to come on here and share that because I see this, and I know what it is. I do. I've been there. I've done that. I'm telling you, it's not gonna work. You're gonna dislike each other even more. So, if you truly love somebody, you let them go. And if they're meant to be, if y'all meant to be, then it'll work out or it won't. I always wanted people, I wanted them to be happy, even if it wasn't with me. Like, be happy. At the end of the day, just be happy. And if you're not meant to be with that person not meant to be with you, you got to accept that. And work on yourself. Get yourself together, and guess what? Who's for you, you'll find them. They'll find you. It won't be hard. It won't be hard to notice her. It won't be hard at all. So I just wanted to jump on here and share that because it was on my heart. It was on my heart. Definitely doing my live today. Today's Thursday, 7 o'clock sharp. So definitely coming on here because I got some nuggets. I got a lot of nuggets. I've been downloading all week, so I'm ready. So stay tuned for that. I know a lot of y'all, at the house. So why not check this out? It's free. It's funny, and it's uplifting, and it's encouraging, and it's motivating, it's inspiring. Anyway, Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. See you guys later. Let's talk about it. Always talking about it.